The act of nursing makes the second chemical blocker on the pitocin, so it normally will not birth another baby while one is nursing. If the first baby makes it to the pouch within 2 days, which normally takes 30 seconds, if it's not there 2 days, then it will be. It takes 2 days to build up enough pitocin in the mother system to induce labor. The female kangaroo has 2 uteruses and is continually pregnant in both uteruses. As female breeds pregnancy, but it will be pregnant every day of the rest of its life, essentially. So if the first baby didn't make it up to the pouch and latch onto a teat, 2 days later, fire 2 from the second uterus. Every time it births one baby, it has 2 opportunities. One to make it up and become a viable, they call it a semi-embryonic state, until it starts to nurse and release. So they call it a semi-embryonic state. It has been birthed from the uterus, but now it's in the pouch. And every time it births one, it has 2 opportunities. So anytime the female has an open uterus, it makes it be in heat until it doesn't. So it's birthing something this big, so it's not remotely traumatic. It breeds back the same day or the next day. So with 2 uteruses and overlapping pregnancies and 2 days between one and another, it literally will be pregnant every day for the rest of its life. So what happens in the case that the first baby does make it to the pouch, latch onto a teat, puts the blocker on the pitocin, still got another one ready to deliver, right? So what happens there is embryonic diapause. Free-spring in utero, does not progress, does not regress, remains exactly the way it is from 33 days until forever, days, weeks, months, or years. So it breeds back, same day or next day, and so then after 33 days it'll have 2 on embryonic diapause. So it's got 2 on deck, ready to deliver at any time. There are 2 things that make the kangaroo ready to deliver again. One, if it stops nursing whatever baby it's currently nursing, it takes the blocker away, births another baby. 2, if the kangaroo literally becomes overweight, too high body weight content, it will double up the production of pitocin to bypass the blocker, birth another baby. But then once there's 2, both nursing, that doubles the blocker, and it cannot possibly bypass the blocker twice. So it cannot possibly birth a 3rd baby. Female kangaroos, if they were to have a mantra, that mantra would be, live to have more. So if the female is being pursued by a predator and it has a baby in the pouch big enough to slow it down, ditch the baby, live to have more. If the female is malnourished or dehydrated, ditch the baby, live to have more. And anytime it stops nursing one baby, unless it's malnourished or dehydrated, because that makes it don't make pitocin. Any other time, as soon as it stops nursing whatever baby, for whatever reason, births another one 2 days later. So it'll always have 1 in the pouch, it'll always have 2 in the uterus, pretty much, for the rest of its life. And now we'll get some peace and quiet. So the kangaroos have a super effective, brutal but effective way of surviving droughts. So the normal family group for red kangaroos is 1 male, 50 females. When a drought starts, as soon as the females become malnourished or dehydrated, they all throw all of the babies away. So that gives the mob, group of kangaroos called the mob, that gives the mob the best odds of surviving the drought. And puts cap on the demand on whatever food source remains throughout the drought, cap on the demand on mothers' bodies to produce milk. But they are still pregnant in both uteruses, but dehydrated means don't deliver any babies, so no more babies will be born until the drought is over. So if the drought lasts a long time, like even a couple of years, if they went into the drought with 50 females and 1 male, statistically insignificant, they went in with 50 females, suppose that half of them die out, now they're down to 25, which 25 will be left. We, obviously, the strongest will survive. As soon as the drought is over, droughts in desert places normally end with extremely heavy rainfall. Everything turns lush and green, even in the desert, right away. And so within a number of days, all the kangaroos are renourished, rehydrated, month with all the lushy green sudden food. They're all overweight, so they all birth a second baby. So the numbers went 50, 25, 50, 75. So they come out of a drought stronger by individual and larger in number than they went into a drought. That is why kangaroos are absolutely prolific in Australia. And so prolific, in fact, that kangaroos outnumber humans about 3 to 1 in Australia. There are around 16 million humans in Australia, and between kangaroos and wallabies, there are somewhere between 55 and 65 million kangaroos and wallabies in Australia. Yeah, well, if you're not in the desert, you're only seeing the tip of the rainbow. I mean, the tip of the iceberg. The tip of the sand, I guess, as it were. But, so that's what makes them so prolific. Here comes our next contestant, who will also be getting a call this morning. I guess I think it's one of those things. I had to switch this door and that door because that door was broken and somebody was going to paint this mural and I didn't want to paint broken door. And that was the only other swing on the right side. So when it fit, it didn't have a hole in it. This one is 7 months old. And the reason that I have this one is we have one that's about to come out of the pouch possibly today out in the outside area. And all of our kangaroos have gone by pairs. So first there was Tom and Jerry, then there was Imani and Laura, then there was Rosie and Josie, all of whom are still out there. And then Tom and Jerry just went to their pet homes. And now we don't know what this one is named yet, because we don't know if the one coming out of the pouch is male or female. And we do them by pairs, they have pair names.
And how long is it?
11 months. This one's 7. And the other one will be out of the pouch probably today or tomorrow. It's been seen out hopping on the ground a couple of times, and that's when you pull the
up and stuff. It's really cool.
Riverside Farm, John.